We spend about a third of our entire lives doing it. And yet, for most of us, it just feels like a massive inconvenience, right? Something to cut back on when you get busy. I am, of course, talking about sleep. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the science that shows sleep isn't just downtime. It's this incredibly powerful biological necessity that literally holds the key to our health, our minds, and yeah, even how long we live. I want you to just imagine for a second. A doctor tells you this about your brand new baby. It sounds completely insane, doesn't it? But honestly, if we weren't so used to sleep, that is exactly how we'd see it. This weird, coma-like state that just robs us of a third of our time on Earth for what reason? It really just shows how much we've taken one of the most vital parts of our biology completely for granted.
And look, this isn't just you or me forgetting to go to bed on time. The consequences of us all collectively ignoring sleep are so bad that the World Health Organization has actually declared a global sleep loss epidemic. This is a full-blown public health crisis that is quietly wrecking our health on a massive scale. So let's get into it. What exactly happens to our most important organ, our brain, when we try to cheat sleep?
Come on, we've all been there. You get that heavy-eyed feeling, your head starts to nod. You try to fight it, right? You roll down the window, you crank up the music. But the scary truth is, a drowsy driver is every bit as dangerous as a drunk one. Those little lapses in concentration, they're so much more serious than we think.
And if you want a number to put on it, get a load of this. After a long shift, a medical resident's risk of getting into a car crash shoots up by a staggering 168%. This isn't just about feeling a little groggy, It's a massive, measurable impairment to our ability to function safely.
And the scale of this problem goes way beyond the individual. Sleep deprivation has been a key factor in some of the most horrific and preventable disasters in modern history. Think about it. The Chernobyl nuclear meltdown, the Exxon Valdez oil spill. These were world-changing tragedies, triggered simply because human minds were too exhausted to think straight.
So, the bottom line is this. A lack of sleep basically takes a sledgehammer to the very core of what makes your brain, well, your brain. Your ability to focus, to learn, to remember things, to stay emotionally balanced, to think through complex problems, all of it just crumbles under even a little bit of sleep debt.
Okay, so our brains take a beating. But it's not just in our heads. The physical damage to our bodies is just as bad. And honestly, it starts happening shockingly fast. Listen to this. After just one single night of only 4 hours of sleep, your body sees a 70% drop in its natural killer cells. These are like the special forces of your immune system. They're the cells that hunt down and destroy dangerous things, including cancer cells. That is a massive hit to your immune system after just one bad night. And this isn't just about fighting off a cold. It's about your physical resilience and your performance. I mean, look at athletes. The data here is crystal clear, and it's kind of terrifying. The less they sleep, the higher their injury risk skyrockets. It's a direct line. Turns out, sleep is probably the single best performance enhancer and injury prevention tool that exists. And when you start to add it all up, when you connect the dots, the link between not sleeping enough and a whole laundry list of awful health problems becomes impossible to ignore. We're talking heart attacks, diabetes, obesity, even infertility. Lack of sleep puts pretty much every single system in your body in the danger zone. All of this brings us to a conclusion that is, well, it's pretty stark. That old saying we all know, I'll sleep when I'm dead, it's not some badge of honor for being a hard worker. The science is telling us, loud and clear, that it's actually a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. I know, it's a lot, but now that we get just how damaging sleep loss is, let's flip the script. Let's talk about the incredible positive superpowers that a full night of sleep unlocks. It's like this amazing Swiss Army knife for your health. I love this story from a pianist. It just captures one of sleep's most magical abilities perfectly. He'd be practicing a difficult piece late at night, just hitting a wall, failing over and over. He goes to bed frustrated. But then he wakes up the next morning and, boom, he can play it perfectly. It kind of turns that old saying on its head, doesn't it? It's not practice makes perfect. It's practice with sleep makes perfect. So what is actually going on there? Well, think of sleep as your brain's very own intelligent filing service. First, during that deep non-REM sleep, your brain strengthens and stores all the new stuff you learned that day. It's like hitting the save button. But then, during REM sleep, dream sleep, It does something even cooler. It starts connecting those new files with your whole back catalog of knowledge and experience. And that is where creativity and new insights are born.
And you can see this play out in the real world at the absolute highest level. Just look at NBA player Andre Iguodala. When he started making it a priority to sleep more than 8 hours a night, his points per minute jumped by 29%, his free throw accuracy went up 9%, and his turnovers and fouls, they plummeted. I mean, come on, those numbers are insane. Sleep didn't just help his game a little bit, it totally transformed it. So, the big question is, how do we actually tap into these superpowers for ourselves? In this last part, let's talk about how we can start getting back the sleep we all so desperately need.
Okay, first things first, and this is absolutely critical, we have to understand what isn't a solution. Sleeping pills and alcohol, they do not give you natural sleep. They sedate you. They basically just knock out the thinking part of your brain, the cortex. And that is a world away from the complex, restorative, magical process of real sleep. It's the difference between being unconscious and being truly rested. The good news is, the real fix is all about retraining our brains and our bodies with some simple but really powerful habits. Things like sticking to the same wake up and bedtime, even on the weekends, keeping your bedroom nice and cool, avoiding those bright screens for an hour or so before bed. And hey, if you're lying there and you just can't sleep, don't stress about it. Get up, do something relaxing for a bit, and then try again when you feel sleepy. So here's the ultimate takeaway from all of this. We've seen the damage and we've seen the incredible benefits. The science could not be any clearer. Sleep is not some optional luxury. It's not a sign of weakness. It is a non-negotiable biological necessity if you want your mind and your body to be at their best. So the only question left really is for you. Are you going to start treating it that way?